To whoever's watching this, my name is Corey and I am going through my summary for my game Motivating Minds. Enjoy! I have created a quiz-based game, Motivating Minds, that focuses on the benefits that physical activity has on the human body mentally, physically, and socially. Players will have to answer questions that are based around the key information provided. If they click on the correct answer, they will hear a positive sound play with encouraging text. But if they click the wrong answer, they will hear a silly noise with some funny text and asking to try again. Motivating Minds is a game that is aimed at level 3 students. This is children aging from the ages 8 to 9. Motivating Minds relates to the Victorian curriculum as under the level 3 health and physical activity section. It states that level 3 children should be starting to examine the benefits of physical activity and physical fitness to health and well-being. Throughout the entire game, students will be learning some of the key benefits that physical activity has on the human body and their health and well-being, and then being quizzed on what they have learnt. I chose to do this topic for my project because I'm very passionate about the sport and recreation and physical education occupations. I have worked in these areas before and have enjoyed every second of them. The teacher I am looking to become is in fact a physical education teacher, and creating a game based around my passions and future seemed like the perfect fit. My project relates to the augmentation section of the SAMR model. This is because it creates substitution to learning but also brings functional improvements. This is demonstrated in Motivating Minds as players are required to interact with different images dependent on the questions, and included throughout the game are a variety of different noises and sounds to keep players engaged. I am hoping users will engage with my project with the motivation to learn new information through a different type of learning. I'm hoping that all users can have a load of fun while playing and stay engaged throughout the entire game, while interacting with the images and sounds. Motivating Minds connects with both Bloom's taxonomy and G's learning principles. I feel as if my project also uses a scaffolding technique that helps give the user small stepping stones to achieve the end goal. My project relates to two of the Bloom's taxonomy tiers, these being understand and apply. The user needs to take note and understand the content and information being provided. By doing so, the user is more likely to grasp the concept. After this, the user is expected to use the information that has been provided to correctly apply this to the correct images and words that have been discussed and are relative to the content. Motivating Minds also relates to G's learning principles, in particular both interaction and situated meanings. This is shown particularly well throughout the game, as users are required to interact with different images and words within the game and are kept engaged by interactive sounds that relate to the situation or the items themselves. Situated meanings are also recognisable throughout my project, as I have put a bunch of funny dialogues when images and words are interacted with, and relative sounds to go along with them. My project connects to 3 of the 7 E affordances, these being ubiquitous learning, multimodal meaning, and differentiated learning. This is because my project has the ability to be played anytime and anywhere, dependent on their preferred device. My project also involves text, sound, and images, giving it a fun, interactive aspect and continually changing up how the game is played. Lastly, my project is centered around the user's learning and needs. This is important as it keeps the user engaged. My project supports students with all disabilities, but in particular we are going to be talking about dyslexia and mainly focusing on their working memory skills and how well they can pay attention. By using fun images, sounds, and a variety of different backgrounds, this should help users that may suffer from dyslexia, especially those affected by the above side effects. This impacts the user's learning by keeping them engaged and helping work towards a better attention span. But also by repeating information and keywords, this is helping promote a better working memory, meaning they are more likely to remember the information. I had to change my game completely after I discovered that I was unable to individually move the limbs of the sprites. I ran into a roadblock. I had to have a hard think about how I was still going to promote health and physical activity and still make it as interactive as possible. While looking through all the possible sprites, I quickly realized that I could use certain sport/exercise sprites, such as a basketball and soccer ball, and correlate the correct sounds to help keep that interactive aspect in my project. I feel that next time I'd like to research the coding process in more detail, as I found it hard to try and figure out how to stop progression if the wrong images were clicked. I feel if I was able to do this correctly, my game would have been more progressive and used more critical thinking, which unfortunately my project lacks. I have learned that I have the ability to create a fun new tool to use in the classroom and that I have a basic understanding on the correct way to code. But with that being said, there is still plenty of room for improvement, and I look forward to watching myself progress further. I feel that with the right educator and the right tools and resources, students can shift from being a consumer to a producer. I did. I went from someone who thought digital technology in an educational setting was just to produce information for students to consume, but never thought of it in a resourceful way, especially within a health and physical education setting. If our students can do the same as I did and create something that they are passionate about and prove that they are evolving, us future educators will be succeeding at our job and creating greater minds. I now have the confidence and knowledge to be able to use digital technology in my future as an educator and have the belief and confidence that I can conduct a fun interactive lesson. This is using different learning strategies that help enhance and engage students. Thanks for watching.